Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, you're about to make one of the most important choices of your lifetime. Guys, listen to this video very well, because what I'm about to tell you might stick with you for the entirety of your life. This is a key to potentially becoming a lot wealthier than you are currently, and it all has to do with mindset and acting when you really should be acting, or acting when you think the time is right. Guys, if you're watching this video right now, make sure you press the like button and also comment down below, are you buying the XRP dip? Yes or no? Now, what exactly I mean with that, I'll talk about in just a second. But first, let me show you guys the XRP chart. Guys, I have bought about 625 XRP to add to my long position here just today because I firmly believe in buying the dip. And that is exactly what I want to talk about with you guys today. Buying the XRP dip. I just, about 2 minutes ago, bought another 100 XRP to add to my long because that's how much I believe in the process. Guys, let me just once more buy it again. There we go. Another 100 XRP has been added, almost added. There needs to be a confirmation right there, but it's almost been added to my position. And the reason I keep doing that, the reason I keep stacking it up is mostly because of my belief system. Let me explain to you guys what that is. Every single day, I get, let's say, about 10 messages. And all of them ask the exact same thing. Dusty, should I buy the dip right now? Guys, I keep telling you, if you're going to ask me that question, there's going to be a day where I don't reply, and you're going to miss out on a key opportunity. Do you know why I keep adding to my long position over on Bybit? It is because I firmly believe it's going to make me money. Guys, I still firmly believe that at any one of these points, it is smart to buy. Because even though we might go down a little bit further, ultimately, every single dollar I spend right now is going to give me at least a 10 times multiplier, in my opinion. Let's do a little bit of calculating right here. We have gone down about 23% from the local high right now, which basically means if I'm buying it right now, I'm still getting about a 25% discount from just last week. Now, of course, if we take that in a broader version, which we really can't see too much over here, but if we take a broader version and we look at the price points at all-time high at about $3 something, all the way to the price right now, we are about 75% down. So had I bought at all-time high versus now, I am buying at a 75% discount. How many markets do we know where if you buy at a 75% discount and it's a good working market, you are almost certain eventually it'll turn back around? It's not a smart decision to buy because that, ladies and gentlemen, is a really steep correction. Now, it's not at minus 99.9 anymore, but it's still huge. And guys, I've told you all this analogy of the roulette wheel before. You have red and black, 50-50 odds on both. Now, if you get a 2 times payout for 50-50 odds, you're indifferent. It doesn't matter if you take it or not because your expected outcome is 0.5, or at least it's actually 1. You guys get the picture. Now, if your odds increase or your payout increases, usually that should also change your idea about whether or not you should participate. Now, without too much explaining, that's the exact thing I'm thinking for XRP right now. So, to explain it a little bit further in the specific context, with Ripple v SEC, which I think is going to be the most important factor for the XRP price right now, there is this. I think there's an 85% chance at least that Ripple, in the Ripple v SEC lawsuit, will come out of this one positively. Once more, I think there's at least 85% odds. Now, I think the multiplier in the past was about 50. I'm talking about when the lawsuit first came around and we started talking about this. I think by now the multiplier is at least 10, but to make sure it can be within our own margin, let's put a multiplier of times 6 just to be safe that there's a really high 85% once more chance that it is also going to occur if Ripple actually wins. Now, if we match those two things together, there's an 85% chance of winning. There's a times 6 payout if we do. Then every single dollar I spend right now has a ridiculously high expected value. And so me buying at $1.12, me buying at $1, me buying at $1.50, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter that much. It's going to take my expected value down. No, not at all, actually. It's going to take my initial investment down a little bit, but every dollar that I spend has a better return on it in due time. So when people ask me, should I buy? I always ask them this question, if I ever answer, because a lot of times I answer with videos. If I answer, I ask them this: do you think the XRP price will go up in the future? And one thing they often tell me is, Dusty, I do think so because you keep talking about it. I'm like, no, it shouldn't be because I keep talking about it. What do you think? What do you think personally? And then they say, yeah, but the question is, should I buy now or should I wait? And I tell them, nobody's going to know that. So make a strategy so you never lose. And they ask me, what do you mean with that? How do you do that? And I tell them once more, if you do not know how to make a winning strategy all the time, then what are you doing here? Don't ask me about it. Go research, go try to understand the markets properly. Because if you did that, if you spent the hours to look up how crypto markets or markets in general work, you know that there's peaks and downs, hills. I don't know what the freaking names for it are. Peaks. There's hills and I don't know in English the word for it. Downs, I guess. Ups and downs. Let's put it like that, right? In Dutch, I know it perfectly. In English, I have no clue. Hills and ponds? No. Whatever. You guys get the picture. And if you have that in the back of your head that there's always an up cycle and a down cycle, it's for everything, by the way. It really works the same thing in everything. Everything. Almost. Yeah, I think almost everything. If you have that in the back of your head, you always know that nobody can predict exactly when the bottom of anything is. I mean, if it were to be that easy, then people could point out the bottom of the market, right? Of the entire market. No. All right, conjunctural switches are always there. Nobody can really predict them up front. You can always look at them in hindsight. Up front, no, it's really quite difficult. Having said that, if you have this idea, then you know that basing a strategy should always be on the principle that you buy in multiple different steps, or you buy your way down, or you just buy consecutively without any too huge of an interval, but just consecutively. So you're basically getting an average of the entire market. And since we're in a market and expecting to be in a market that is continually going up, if you, for example, look at the stock to flow model, theoretically speaking, we should keep going up piece by piece by piece. Well, then ultimately, you're going to win if you buy every single day. And that's the mindset I've been having for a long time. And if you've had this mindset for the last, let's check it out, 1.5 years right now, you would have been completely successful. If you bought, at least, I think even more, isn't it, guys? If you bought consecutively every single day for the last couple of years, you'd be in profit. I think at any one point, if you ever started buying XRP and bought every single day, you'd be in profit right now. Almost guaranteed, except for if you started, let's say, about 4 days ago. If you start anywhere prior to that and you started buying consecutively, it's really difficult to be at a loss right now. And if you have that mindset in, it's like, well, I can wait till tomorrow. Maybe the price will be down more, but I could also just split my buys up in two, and it'll be the average of those two. Now, it's not going to hurt me that much if I pay a little bit more for this XRP, if I get a little bit less XRP, because ultimately, with the multiplier I have in mind, I need to get more dollars to invest rather than making the most out of the dollars that I invest. It's making more dollars, right? It's making more dollars that are going to make you more dollars that are going to make you more dollars in that future as well, or whatever currency you want to think about, guys. At least that is my mindset. Some people would disagree, saying, no, it's more important to use your dollars effectively and wisely. It's true from a certain perspective. If you really have minimal access to dollars or newer money to invest, yeah. And obviously, a lot of people have invested a good amount in crypto and they can't buy more. I get that. But then my own recommendation, not official advice, because it's not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. My own personal recommendation is always to make sure you split up your portfolio well between really high risk, high reward, medium risk, and obviously medium reward, and a couple of solid ones that you know will perform well over time, but you can't really predict too much with. And now, XRP usually is within that bracket. Right now, though, it's in the bracket of high reward, pretty low risk. It's funny, but that's really the way that it is right now. That's why I'm so certain. And guys, I'm a crypto channel. I'm not an XRP channel. I talk about whatever crypto I want to talk about if I think it's going to make us money. But XRP is by far my best bet right now for really succeeding in the crypto space. And there's so many reasons that I've talked about throughout the last couple of weeks. But one thing I can keep telling you guys as well is Even though buying crypto is more important than going long on crypto, if you are more certain that we'll see a small spike in price rather than a longer term increase. But for example, like right now, we are anticipating a spike because of the lawsuit or another spike because of something. It is better, in my opinion, to have a long position open on Bybit or just work around the long and shorts because you can trade with leverage. If you are, more so like I just said, a person who just accumulates, wants to buy every single day because you believe in the, the natural flow of the market, which direction is up, it's better to just buy and hodl the XRP underlying. Why am I saying that? Well, because even though I see good sides in both, it's really specific. Now, for the long short positions, the reason I'm telling you guys that is because you can actually utilize this small capital. For example, $1,000 can be used as up to 50,000 or with a lot more severity or a lot more leverage to make sure that it's looking like a lot more money. Again, let me rephrase that a little bit. If you think the price is going to go up by about 5% right now and you put in $1,000, you're going to make 50 bucks. Nice, but not a game changer. If you thought it was going to go up 5% and you used some leverage, you trade it instead of with $1,000 with $10,000, your 5% all of a sudden is 500 bucks, might survive you for the next 1 week, or 2 weeks, who knows. So that's kind of my my mindset with it all. This does not mean I think the price is only going to keep going up every single day, but it means that if we go up, you're making the gains piece by piece. If it goes down, which it ultimately will every so often, you're getting a better opportunity to buy. And so as long as the market keeps going up piece by piece, and it's going to keep climbing up, which we all expect. If you didn't expect that, you wouldn't be here, I think. Then it should never be a question of should I buy right now. It should be a question of how much should I buy and how should I spread my buys. But that is just me, guys. And if you have the way off of, is this crypto better than another one? Just split it. Just split it. It is as simple as that. Nobody's going to know which crypto is going to perform the best right freaking now. And so my best personal bet always, whenever I make that little choice for myself, is split it. Just sit down for yourself, assess the risk to reward for both. For example, okay, XRP, my risk, which basically is the percentage chance of actually losing or not making gains at opportunity cost, for example. And the reward of really succeeding, I guess, or the chance of success with the actual success amount that you expect or think. And do that for example, for the three cryptos which you're debating about. And if one has a lot more short-term incentives than the other, well, then pick one, maybe. If you think they're all on equal footing or you're really just too doubting, just buy them all. Just buy parts. Guys, I always believe it is more important to just have a broader portfolio than have more money into one. But that's all besides the point. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. I know it was a filled one, mostly just with mindset rather than news, I guess. But every so often I need to talk to you guys about that, just to make sure you guys are all on the same page as me. All right, so make sure you press the like button if you enjoyed it. Maybe I should have said it at the start, but I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.